Recreational drones have been creating a growing buzz for years. The ability to provide stunning views and unique perspectives has driven the drone market to $1 billion industry in the United States. This soaring popularity has also put these flying machines on Capitol Hill's radar, especially given tensions with China. The world's largest recreational drone maker is Chinese-owned company DJI, and alarm bells ring as drones keep popping up around Washington, D.C. Here's why.
If you look behind me, there is no Capitol, there are no monuments, there's no D.C. And that's because there's not supposed to be. Washington, D.C. has some of the strictest drone laws in the country. And at minimum, drones are supposed to be at least 15 miles away. That's why we're in Fairfax County, Virginia.
This FAA map shows the no-fly zones around the nation's capital. The red ring shows a strict no-fly zone covering a 15-mile radius around D.C. The outer ring allows for drone flights with altitude and other restrictions. Most drones come equipped with internal GPS that automatically limits the ability to fly in restricted areas. But that hasn't stopped increasing flybys. This report from Politico details classified briefings presented to Senate committees about hundreds of drones detected around the Capitol. Homeland Security warned last summer about the potential for foreign adversaries to hack drones for spying or cyber attacks.
What we know is that the threat posed by UAS is widespread across the country, and it is critical that our partners have the authority to help protect the homeland.
Homeland Security Committee member Senator Rick Scott attended that hearing.
Let's wake up. I mean, since I've been up here, I've been saying our federal government has got to stop buying Chinese-made drones. These are just can be used for surveillance, and they are, as far as we know. So our government shouldn't be buying them. Our military shouldn't be buying them.
Senator Scott has introduced multiple bills to curb the use of foreign-made, specifically China-made, drones in government. The encounters in restricted airspace means someone hacked or manipulated the drones to bypass the geofencing. Whether malicious or not, it poses a problem.
And I think the way to think about it, what can you do? You can make sure you don't buy Chinese products. You don't use TikTok. You can make sure that you never buy a Chinese drone.
Regarding the restricted airspace encounters, DJI told Politico, quote, "Unfortunately, while DJI puts everything in place to identify and notify our customers about areas in which they can't fly, we can't control the end user's behavior." Fear over spying and data collection by China has only heightened in recent weeks. A new House Select Committee on China will now focus on threats and competition from the Asian superpower. More lawmakers want TikTok banned or to force the popular app to be sold to an American company due to potential spying threats. And the flyby and eventual takedown of a Chinese spy balloon after it sailed over America has only turned up the heat. South Dakota Congressman Dusty Johnson sits on the new China Select Committee.
So whether we're talking drone technology, whether we're talking wireless technology, whether we're talking apps that big tech is rolling out in coordination with CCP, we do need to be a lot more thoughtful, planful, and deliberate in how we deal with this threat. We know that China is a technological leader in drones, and they don't have to be, it's not just weather balloons that are spying on Americans. I suspect drones are doing a fair amount of the activity as well.
The good news in this divided Congress, a crackdown on the spying threat appears to have bipartisan support. California Democrat Ro Khanna also sits on the new Select Committee.
Do you feel like drones will come up also when we're talking about apps that the Chinese government may or may not have access to?
Absolutely. We need to, first of all, have our capability on drones, on AI, on satellite imaging, on quantum, really enhanced. And one of the challenges is that a lot of this is now commercial technology, not DoD technology. So we need to adopt that commercial technology better. But we also need to be careful about the commercial technology that China has.
At least part of the investments backing DJI come from the Chinese government. The links have led to multiple government agencies here, including the Pentagon and the Department of Defense, to ban buying the drones for their agencies, except in limited circumstances. But another potential problem, the drones are used by local law enforcement across the country, as the machines are increasingly used to help first responders. Matt Gelka, CBN News.